Hey guys, welcome back to OverTakes. We are here to talk our second part of Stage 2. We're going to kind of go through then the overall meta. The whole Stage 2 is going to play out.
Yeah, because we got a fresh meta coming in.
Mm-hmm.
At least
how that will affect some of the teams, which teams are going to get better, which teams are going to get worse, depending on because of the changes that were made.
And it's going to be a big deal, and I know some people probably aren't thinking it's going to be as big of a deal, but with the whole nerf to Mercy, that changes not just the supports. We focus a lot on the support stuff,
right?
But it's a trickle down thing, and it's going to affect a lot of teams. When you change your
supports, then that changes the DPS you have to use to counter them, the tanks you have to use to counter them, and all that stuff.
I mean, if you look when we had the big tank meta, it was Ana was the big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And with the amount of shields and bubbles and stuff that she can't shoot through, she might still be a little on the outside on certain places, but
we're going to definitely see a lot more of her.
Thank God. I like her character.
I like her character a lot, and just seeing these guys play her,
it's a different level.
It's a whole another level, and just seeing because as far as healing output, she can probably put out the most healing of any of the others.
Yeah.
She's right
minus
up there
Moira,
with
maybe.
What Mercy can put out. And in certain situations, Moira can really, really crank out the healing.
There are certain places where Moira can out-heal Mercy and another healer.
Yeah. So as far as that, we'll start off with the sports. Obviously, we're going to probably see less Mercy. We might see a little bit less Zen, but I don't think so. I think we'll still see a lot of Zen because of the ult. Exactly. And then when you got guys like Jae Hong and Jonak who are basically, and you have that ult plus the extra healing plus the damage that those guys are going to put in. There's no way he's going anywhere. They
actually showed you what you can do with Zen.
Yes.
Because I've actually started playing it more. I used to right-click situationally. I'm like, maybe I should start using it more like these guys. And it works.
Oh, yeah, it does.
And it builds your ult up so fast.
Yes, it does.
I think that's the main thing. And there's never going to be a time where Zen is not viable. Yeah. Unless you're trying to do a speed thing. But you always hang back with him anyway. Mm-hmm. That ultimate is, good for stalling, good for even Genji blades.
Yeah, it's good for offense. It's good for defense.
Yeah.
It's so versatile, and it's probably
other than
definitely
Valkyrie,
the best defensive ult in the game.
Yeah. Other than the former Valkyrie.
Yeah.
It's almost necessary, and it's not a bad thing. He can do more than Mercy can on the whole.
Yes.
She has the damage boost, she has the healing, but she's still going to be around.
Yeah. She'll definitely still be there, but I think we see a huge uptick in the amount of Lucio we see.
Oh, yeah. But everyone in this league, every team, has an above average to very, very good Lucio.
And I think this is where we see a lot more of him.
Oh,
and I'm really excited because high-level Lucio play is super fun to watch.
It is. And it makes things, I don't know, the flow. I like it better when Lucio's in there.
It just speeds up the game in a way that no other character does.
And it does. And his ultimate, which I think has been overlooked for so long because Valkyrie was so hard, or so strong.
He brings
the
a really
sound
strong
barrier that's a strong. That combined with your Transcendence or even Moira's ult.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing, and it saves your ass so many times, and these guys are really good at landing it.
Right.
That's the hardest thing with him is landing that.
And making sure that you're using it at the right time, that it saves somebody, but it's not after they're dead, basically.
Or too close where they're
Or they're too close where it's like by the time it wears off, they're going to be dead anyway.
Yeah, and some of the Moira stuff. That's going to get brought into this.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely
she's going to be more situational, I think.
She'll be situational, but I think, again, we'll see more. And then same with, and then obviously Ana we touched on. I think we're going to see a lot of Ana. And then,
get ready for nano visors and nano blades again. Yep. Especially when people start running those big tanks.
Yeah.
You're going to...
also nano Winstons.
Yeah.
A nanoed Winston is nothing to fuck with.
No.
But
nano primal Winston, I don't know.
Not even primal, just a regular nanoed Winston.
That does a lot of damage
with that jump. he can almost kill somebody with one jump. He can kill
supports with one jump.
And then his Tesla cannon being buffed up too from it, he can just shred. He gets into that back line, and your supports are screwed. And then if you don't have a Mercy to bring anybody back, that's just done. That much more.
I think we're going to see a lot, and a lot of people are speculating that you're going to see less dive. I agree with a couple of guys like Monte Cristo, who think it's going to bring dive more back in because the kills matter.
Yes.
You don't have that res, like when you're playing, you got a Genji and you get on a good tear and you dive and you kill somebody, it reloads and you get the other support. Nobody's coming back in to res somebody up and negate it. Same thing with the Widow play. Widow play becomes more meaningful.
Yes.
Those kills. I mean, a lot of times it seems like they ran Widow to get the first kill, to get the res out, to just provoke that. Then they would be in a fight without a res.
Yeah.
It's gonna be huge. And I think you're going to see a lot more. You're going to see more tank play, but you're also going to see more Reaper play.
Yes,
because of that, and Doomfist. And you're going to see
more Doomfist and more Sombra.
Yep, and you're going to see more Doomfist. We see
a lot more. I think of all of the characters, I feel like Sombra is the one that's going to have the biggest uptick in where we see her, because we saw her a little bit on Horizon with
some on Anubis. We
see her, and a little bit on Anubis, but I feel like, because of some of the maps we're getting, she plays really strongly on them, and then also just in general to counter some of the shielding that's going to be happening and all of that as well. She's going to be a huge uptick.
And that's when I learned to play Sombra, was on the big tank meta.
Yeah.
After she came out, it was starting to go back a little bit, but the easiest way to get rid of the Rhines and this was pre-Orisa, and some of the Zarya stuff, and then, you have your Genjis and your Tracers running around on the back lines, is hacking them.
Yep.
Because you hack Tracer, she's done. You hack Zen, he's done. You hack Zarya, she's done. And you hack Reinhardt, he's done. Yeah. Reinhardt, any of them. Orisa, at this point.
Well, Genji could still kind of get away because he can still double jump, but when
the new stuff comes in,
then I think we'll see even more song.
I don't know if you played a little bit on the PTR, but I checked out because I play Sombra a lot. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, give me that fucking change every day.
Very excited to see some of these guys play Sombra.
I might throw this out there. She might be a little OP, and that's just with a spread change, because that hack is so fast now.
Yeah,
and there was no difference to me with having the hacked health packs,
but I mean,
to having the more damage. Actually,
she needed a change.
Yeah,
because
and this actually plays into the meta talk coming in, and she probably won't be until stage 3. Anyway, because
I still think we see more of her in this next iteration, just because she'll be a good counter to some of the things that are happening. I'm getting tired of seeing just
Tracer and Genji. Even these guys are sick on Tracer and Genji.
I'd love to see some more Sombra, some more of the other ones for sure.
Maybe even the other Shimada.
And because of that, because he doesn't really have the escape or whatever anyway. We'll probably see some more McCree, which is awesome, because these guys are incredible at McCree.
And you're probably going to see some more Soldier too.
Yeah.
And these maps are good for Soldier as well.
Yes.
And I don't think you're not going to see less of the Pharah Mercy thing. Yeah, that's where you're going to see your Mercy.
Well, I think that's what this whole thing, this whole change really brings to it, is just overall we're going to see a lot more hero diversity, and it's going to be more based on situationally. And that I think is what their whole goal was in the first place. They want to force you to adjust on the fly, and they want more of that. They want more variety of heroes. They want more. Not just running the same comp every single game.
And what you're going to see a tick down in some of the Mercy or the Diva Winston stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because situationally before, when you had the Mercy meta thing in there, you ran those two because, it was necessary. Even post Diva with the post defense matrix and nerf thing there.
Right.
But this is going to be very interesting now.
Yeah, and I think we see a little more Reinhardt. I think he's still not quite in the right place that he needs to be.
I think he needs a little bit something.
We see a lot of him.
I don't think we're going to see a ton.
But we'll see more of him.
Yeah, it's not going to be like before when he was, you have to Reinhardt.
Yeah, if you didn't have a Reinhardt, you were done.
Yeah.
Because I think they did meet their goal when they put out Orisa that she is that other one.
I think it took a while for people to catch on and go, hey,
she has more shield up time than Reinhardt does.
Yeah, and the only thing with her is mobility, and she's a little less mobile than Reinhardt.
Right.
And her ult's on par with his.
The things that... his ult is definitely still one of the best in the game.
Yeah,
if he can land it, that's like, what, a 3-second stun?
Yeah.
That's huge, especially for these guys. So I think that could play some factor into him being in more. But I think
it's going to mean something. Kills mean something more now.
Yeah, I think more so we see like an Orisa Zarya combo. Yeah, I feel like we see more of that. Maybe
more of the Roadhog.
Some Orisa Zarya Roadhog. I feel like we see a lot of that. I think that's going to be a really big deal. A really big factor.
Because we saw more people busting out the Zarya towards the end of last stage.
Right.
Because she got kind of forgotten with this whole thing. Because she isn't really mobile.
Yeah.
And damage-wise, you have to be on your bubbles in order to do damage.
Right.
With her. And it's really hard when everyone's super mobile to A, land the bubbles, B, get enough charge, and C, to be able to, to get out of the way when your bubble's gone.
Right.
But
even then, some of these guys were still just constantly sitting at 100. It's just absurd.
Sitting at 40 is pretty impressive.
Right.
For me.
Right, no kidding.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see that, because that Graviton, you want highlight reels, Gravitons with other combos. Yeah, that's the shit.
And that's not to say that, like, we're still gonna see a lot of Diva. I think like Diva and Winston are not going away entirely. And
it's amazing, like, if you look back at a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, where Diva was kind of used as a defensive thing. I remember when hardly anyone played Winston until these Korean guys came up with the dive concept with Winston.
Right.
You basically saw Reinhardt.
Yeah.
And that and Diva occasionally, and it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
And it was like when you had to have Reinhardt, Zarya, and then maybe you run a Diva if they were to try and counter some stuff, protect your backline. She was like basically used as a backline peel. But now that you got Winston, Diva, I think all the tanks are kind of viable now.
Yeah.
I heard some people say they might need to do something to Zarya. I don't think Zarya needed anything except for Mercy to go away.
Yeah. And that's really it. Like, really the only thing I could maybe think of for Zarya is like just baseline damage slightly buffed, but even that really isn't that necessary, especially for these guys when they're going to be sitting at such a high energy. That's not going to matter at all.
It's not going to matter at all. And with her, it's when and how you land your ult.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, it's almost like it's a thing where with Zarya, sometimes I'm doing damage, I'm trying to get eliminations, I'm trying to do things, but you're kind of keeping people at bay until you get the Graviton.
Right.
And couple it with your Diva, your Genji, your Tracer.
She's more
to do something huge.
Yeah, she's more of a deterrent tank than she is like...
She's a tank.
Yeah.
She's an old school MMO tank.
Yeah.
Just aggro damage and keeping people at bay.
Yeah, damage mitigation, a lot of, and just like building up aggro as much as possible, just being like just irritating as much as she can.
And if you play like Diva and stuff, she's frustrating.
Yes,
because I do, because the defense basic does nothing, and you shoot the micro missiles at her, and a good player just automatically, as soon as they see them go off, they flip that bubble on, and they're up at 50% in like no time.
Right. So some of the other characters, I think we see a little, I think we see like a slight uptick on Mei. I think she's going to be she's still going to be pretty situational.
Niche situational, but.
Especially to, like some of the, King of the Hill maps, I think is where she
especially
really
the ones that are on.
In Nepal, especially, is where we really see a big uptick in Mei. But I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of her until the changes that they are putting
which are good.
In. Yeah, and they're excellent changes because it's just tweaks. It's just minor little tweaks that are just going to make her a lot more viable
and playable for these guys. On a consistent basis. She'll still be a niche pick, but she'll be a wider used niche pick. Yes. She won't just be boosting her Risa up to a high ground,
right? And then going back to the or just trying to hold a point.
Yeah, because she's useful, and when played right, she's downright fucking annoying.
Yeah. She's really obnoxious, and when she comes into the next one,
and she's also going to have more shots too.
Yeah,
with the
she could kind of be one of the ones that's in they run less tanks.
Yeah.
When you have her, just because she has so much She just brings so much
damage and CC.
Damage mitigation, and she just brings so many other things to the table besides straight damage and like with the blocking. The walls that these guys are going to put up with are going to be crazy.
And the way the freezing is
the freezing is going to work now too.
It's going to help out like if you're running like a Genji or a Tracer, you know, you got a D.Va standing there, you're just going to tear it up.
Right.
Or a Winston or whatever.
Right. And then being able to freeze instantly into an icicle headshot, like that's going to be
as long as they don't fucking wave at you.
Right. Oh, I know these guys are
staring into the eyes of death. Other than fucking
when a May waves at you before she puts a fucking icicle through your eyes.
And then the fucking asshole always hits the sorry button.
Yep.
Voice line. Ugh. Anyway.
But I think that's really we see a wider range of tanks.
Yeah.
DPS. I think they're really the only class that we don't see a bigger uptick in.
Defense.
We're probably not going to see more. We're not going to see more Torb.
No.
We're not going to see more.
You'll see a little bit of Hanzo.
A little bit more Hanzo, but even then, I think he's going to be very situational. Yeah. I don't think we hear really anything about Hanzo until the
new
plan changes come in. And all of that is still not even hit the PTR at this point. So
you might not even see him this season.
Yeah.
Maybe stage 4 at this point.
Yeah. At the very earliest stage 3.
I think
the very same thing with Torb.
Yeah.
He's just not a viable at this level of play. He's just not viable.
And same thing with Symmetra. Sorry, folks. Again.
Yeah. Those are the three characters where we really don't see a lot.
You're going to see pretty much nothing. I mean, out of Torb. You might see a Torb once or twice.
Maybe. And even then, I think it's going to be
someone trying something.
Yeah. And if anything, it's going to be
quick.
They're going to be more Bastion than either of them. But even then, I don't think we really see all that much Bastion either.
Because unlike in ladder and quick play, people don't run into the Bastion bullets in this.
They don't run into the Bastion bullets. I mean, they melt shields so fast that he can't even
you might see that if we start getting into a big tank meta thing where you have Bastion behind an Orisa barrier.
An Orisa and a Reinhardt. That's about the only...
But if you have him behind, you're on attack and you have him behind. See, the thing is, there's no mobility.
Yeah. Right, you're just setting yourself up to just
if he's not in fucking turret mode, if he's standing up, that's just fucking walking.
You might as well target. You're just a slower, less accurate version of Soldier.
Yeah, and the one thing I do think we are going to see, and I think it's a wild card, is we're going to see a lot more Doomfist.
Yes.
I know we kind of talked on it.
Yeah.
I think because the one thing, much like Zarya, but on a different plane, the Mercy thing just killed his viability.
Yeah.
Because if you play Doomfist, you probably saw Hydration play Doomfist a little bit. Mm-hmm. You get into that back line with him and you just start wrecking people.
Yeah.
And there's no res. And you catch a Tracer, you catch a Genji.
Those instant kills really start to matter a lot more when you don't have that res.
And his ult is good even for zoning.
Yes.
It's kind of like D.Va's bomb.
Yeah.
You're going to hit occasionally, but
it's more...
It's a good zoning ult.
Be like, okay, I'm just going to do this on the point. You can't get on the... There's not really a safe place you can go on this point.
Yeah.
And if you try to hang out there, I'm just going to come down on you with the hammer of God. The hammer of Thor or whatever.
No chance.
Right. So,
I think he's going to get a big uptick.
Yeah, a big uptick for Doomfist, which is exciting because, man, high-level Doomfist play is
fun to watch.
Crazy fun to watch.
Yeah, maybe we can get Effect to show everyone a tutorial on how to stand on Anubis' fucking head. I want to learn how to do that.
Yes.
But, okay, so that's meta stuff. That's going to do it for this one, guys. We will see you on the next one where we give you our predictions. What teams are going to go up, what teams are going to go down, that are the ones that are affected most by the roster changes and the meta changes, and how we think Stage 2 is going to play out. So don't forget to hit a like, a subscribe, and catch us on Twitter and Twitch. We'll be doing some more streaming coming up, and we will talk to you later.